Hello, welcome to Monday night. Michelle R. Price, the light worker. Just logging on. I've been having a few issues with my camera and the broadcasting system that I normally use, so I'm a little bit later than normal, so apologies for that. But we will get there. We will get there. Hi, Cynthia. How are you going? It's nice to see everyone logging on. Apologies for the delay. Sometimes these things happen. So as you're logging on, let me know that you are there. Let me know if you want something in particular, and I can have a look at that for you. So just going to start shuffling because I have had a request already from Karen Baker. So just going to connect to Karen's energy tonight, see what she needs. And I've got my fairy cards here, so just going to use those for the time being. As you're logging on, hi Mick, hello Jackie. As you're logging on, let me know what you are after. Just going to scroll down, so I'm looking at the bottom of the page. Olivia, Terry, Mist. Mist, yes, you have asked the question and I will deliver. So Mist, let me just pop you on my little notepad. One card reading, I will do that for you. Thank you for asking. So yeah, if there is anything general reading, Nikki Hocking, I'm going to pop you on my list as well, Nikki. It is good each week to log on quick because then you at least get a chance of me seeing you and writing your name down. So general for Nikki. Guys, if you're after mediumship too, be specific. So if you want me to connect to a particular loved one, please be specific. In this time frame, we can on one-on-one, I can connect to whoever you like, but in this time frame, I prefer if you just ask me specifically for someone in particular. So just let me know that if you want that. Otherwise, health, relationships, all that sort of thing, I love to do. And if you want to check in with your energy, if there's something particular going on there, jobs, anything like that. Olivia, yes, I think I saw you. Was it Olivia last week that I didn't get to? I think it may have been. Petropolis, let me just look at you. I will draw a card for you. If there's anything specific, let me know. Nikki, you're on my list. Janine, love. Ooh, Janine, Dandelion. Wow, I wonder if that's your real name. I don't know. Janine, I've got you on my list. So if I'm saying your name, please stick around. If I haven't said your name, I may say your name later. So don't stress if I don't draw you straight away or mention your name straight away. Just copy and post your comment because I will shut my eyes in a moment, so I actually won't see you. Hi, Salate. Hi, my darling. Oh, I love Salate. Jill Rapmond. Let me just pop you on my list. You're after a card. And Salate, I'm going to put you down. You haven't asked for a card, but I'm going to put you down because I know you've been going through some stuff. So I just want to put you down and do a card as well. All right, so that's who's on my list at the moment. Long distance I've drifted away from. Anna, okay, I might have missed your first message. Can I please have a reading card, whatever you prefer, general? Rebecca Harrop, I've seen your name, so you're on my list, lovely. So Rebecca Harrop, you are on my list. And I'm just going to get underway now. So I'm going to close my eyes for a moment and just connect to Karen's energy, just see what she needs. And then as you're logging on, if I've got my eyes shut, you may want to reshare or repost because I won't see your comments. Crystal Pop, let me just see here. I just want to put Crystal down because she's asking for mediumship. So I like to group all the mediumship questions together so I can call them all in at once. Pop in spirit. Okay, Crystal, you're on my list. So if I put you on the list, stick around because I will come to you ASAP. All right, so Karen, just coming to you, just going to draw some cards for Karen. Let me just check in with your energy. And as you're logging on, let me know that you are coming online and what you need. But I have my eyes shut at the moment, so I can't actually see. So let me just do some shuffling here for Karen. I just want to connect to her energy. So while I'm shuffling, what I'm doing is actually connecting to the person that I'm reading for. So just via their name, and I come into their energy and just feel what's going on with them at the moment. Okay. Karen, I'm feeling quite tense in my abdomen. So that's, sacral sort of area, womb space, but feeling quite tense. So feeling a bit of stress. It's interesting that I'm feeling it down there because often I'll feel that in my solar plexus, but for some reason I'm feeling that more in my sacral with you. So womb space, and it does feel like tension to me. So let me just draw a couple of cards for you and see what's going on there. That's a creative center too, so it feels like a bit of maybe a block or a shutdown, wanting to shut down that creative center for some reason. new ideas, new projects, all that sort of stuff, manifesting, all comes from that area. So I just wanted you to watch that. It feels like it could be a bit of a block being set up there. Okay, so these cards are for Karen. Bottom of the deck is a clarifier. So who do you need to forgive? So having a think about that for you. Who do you need to forgive? Yeah. So that's first and foremost. This is going into the past. So this can relate to past into present. It can relate to a difficult pregnancy, a child that we might be having difficulty with, growing up, and then it's going back in time to, something being around the conception. So whether it was during the pregnancy, there was like unsettling conditions, you were scared or worried or anything like that, that can have an impact on our children. Presently, it's that. And that's a bit about that creation. I'm feeling that creation center in you being a little blocked. So I just want to have a look at that for you, and just to see if we can work through any issues which may be causing us to shut down our ability to create and make money for ourselves and have that sort of side hustle, something going on the side. Looking ahead, everything working out completely fine, Richie Ditch, all good. Okay, so moving forward, everything is okay is the message. So everything is working out fine. So in terms of that, it's interesting actually, Karen, it's kind of twofold too, because pregnancy is obviously womb space. And that's where I'm feeling some of those blockages with you. So there could be something around, pregnancy, childbirth, something that, caused a blockage in that area. It didn't go the way expected. Things like that can sort of stay in our body. And I would also be looking at that as an option there. In the present, it is about looking at that side hustle, getting it off the ground, getting it going, starting the energy flow, all of that sort of stuff, and moving forward. Everything is A-okay, my friend. So nothing to worry about. Mist, Ray, let me draw a card for you. Mist, I'm actually going to come to my motivation, manifestation cards. Motivation. I like to motivate, but these are manifestation cards. So I'm just going to come to there for you. Hi, Belinda. Hello, everyone who's watching on my page. I do cross-post to my page. A future move. Amanda Stevens. Hello, hello. Moving. Lots of moving questions. Love to remember, love grammar. Donna Man, I'm putting you down for grammar. So just going to put down Donna Man. She's asking about her grammar. Hi, Jane. I just saw Jane today. Donna Man, grammar. So that's a bit of mediumship there in spirit. So I'll keep those two together. Future move. Amanda Stevens, I'm adding you to my list around a future move. Is that a home or a job, Amanda? Let me know which you are asking about, and I can be very specific. Antoinette, messages from Dad, active in my dreams. Yeah, wow, good one. So Antoinette, you are on my list. Zamet, they are watching on my page. Michelle R. Price, the light worker. So you guys can actually watch me there as well if you want, or direct on Spiritual Events Directory, as quite a few of you are doing tonight. So welcome. If you want to book readings with me, private or otherwise, and healings, I do weekend gatherings, things like that, then you can jump on my page. The link is in the post to this video, and you can click book now and book a one-on-one if you so would like to do that. Would love to see you and connect. Michelle Towler. Michelle Towler, there you are. Yes, Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. You're on my list, lovely. You're on my list, and you will definitely get read for this week. I think it's not meant to be. I'd asked if you had a message from my mum who passed 7 months ago, struggling with separation. Michelle, you're on my list, love, and I have got you here. So, mum, in spirit, passed 7 months ago and struggling with separation, mum in spirit. Look, I won't get to everything, but if mum wants to come through and talk about your separation or something, then that's great, Michelle. But you are on my list and you are definitely getting read for tonight. So thank you for your perseverance. And that's what it takes sometimes. It can take a couple of weeks for me to get to you, but I do try to get to as many people as I possibly can. Wow, missed just reading for you at the moment, and that one just flew on the floor. Okay, so missed, that's the card that just popped out for you. So hopefully you can see that. I'm just trying to, the red ones are a little bit harder to focus on, but full moon, yeah, we just had one of those recently. Let me just see what sort of an impact that has had on you, love, and I will just have a look at that. So mist, this is full moon. We've got our crystals out under the full moon, which is awesome there in that image. Beautiful rainbow. So let me just check this for mist. She was after a one card reading. Miss, that actually feels good for you. Some people I know I've been talking to, they've been feeling really tired, weren't able to sleep, The energy's been kind of really up and down and weird. But what I actually feel like is with the full moon, maybe it's just this one or maybe all full moons with you, sometimes it really upsets people. But with you, I feel like you flourish, is what I want to say. So it's almost like, whether I've got a practice, I often like to do meditations and things around the full moon. So whether you're doing something like that, but it actually feels like you flourish under the full moon. It's really good for you. Almost like supercharging. So I feel like I get more energy. So the full moon would be a great time for you to create. So next full moon, if you're not already doing this, it's a great idea to stick your crystals out, but also just to write down, this is what I want to achieve, this is what I want to create. New moon is good for doing that as well. But I feel like with you, the manifestation abundance kind of thing, it'd be really great to do under that energy because there's a lot of energy there. And it's also like a good time to take action, because there is a lot of energy at that time of the month. So, Mist, I hope that makes sense for you. Full moon, that is beautiful. And you've got lots of energy coming from that full moon for you. Nikki Hocking, general guidance. Let me just come to Nikki. So I'm just going to grab my angel therapy cards. I was very organized tonight. That's why I was on a little bit later because I was organizing my cards here. Hi, Shazza. And I was sort of putting them all on top of the deck so they're open. And normally I'm like, trying to like get them out of the deck, out of the box. And so this week I was like, nah, I'm not stuffing around. I'm going to get them all ready to go. So Michelle, you're on my list, lovely. So hang on and I will come to you in a moment. Denise, wow, you have a lot of names, Denise. Half the deck just flew upside down. Denise, you've got a lot of names. That is a lot of names. Latika Bora is after a card. Melissa, hello, General. Tammy Wilson, did I have you down? I don't have you down. Tammy, I'm just adding you to my list. I can feel that you really need a connection, feeling a bit lost. Tammy, you're on my list, lovely. So just hold tight. And guys, if I have skipped you, don't stress. As Michelle found out, I'm doing Michelle this week. I couldn't fit her in last week. And so just keep posting, sharing a comment. And if spirit draws me to you, I will come to you. So don't stress. All right, Nikki Hocking, general guidance. And if you want to book a one-on-one, I've got a link in the post associated with this video. So, yeah, I'd love to connect with you one-on-one. Karen, I read for you first, hon. So that was missed just then. And then before you, I did you. So if you missed it, maybe just have a look back at the end of the video. You can rewind it back. Karen may have just missed her reading. Nikki Hocking, general guidance. So let me just come to you. Nikki, I really like your energy, lovely. I feel quite energetic. And it's a little bit like what I was talking about with mist. I feel like I get energy out of the full moon with mist. But with you, I just feel like my energy is almost like in overdrive. Like I feel excited. I feel like a bit of adrenaline going through my veins. I feel excited. And I really like your energy. I have to be honest. Really like your energy. I'm feeling a good connection with you in my solar plexus too. So feeling like I'm in my power is what I want to say with you, which I love. So in my power, in my control. I feel like I'm doing something I really love. So let me see what cards drop out, Nikki. I'm just looking for general guidance for you. So let me just see if anything pops out. Otherwise, I'm just going to draw a card, but I really like your energy. You feel like you should be a leader, so hopefully you've got your own business or something like that, because it just feels like you're a bit of a leader. So leading others, not sort of following so much. I feel like that would be really helpful for you. So the first card that's come out is Raphael, and he is known as the Master Healer. So that is recognition of something which has come before, that's passed into now. So Raphael, there's been a need for some healing. So maybe some ups and downs, a bit of a struggle, that sort of thing. So let me have a look at that for you. And moving forward, it is that one release. So that's cutting ties to the old habits, old beliefs, old partners, relationships, whatever's come before. Really important to do that. And sacral's on the bottom of the deck, so that's the overall clarifier. So womb space, and that was what was coming up in Karen's reading, who I just read for before. So Raphael, let me just have a look at this and why this has come up. And we're looking at Nikki Hocking at the moment, and then I'm moving on to Olivia next. Nikki, it's interesting because what I'm feeling, and at the moment I'm really excited in your energy and things like that. It's a bit of adrenaline, but I feel like I can overdo it. And so Raphael, it feels like is being called in to sort of even out the ups and downs. It does feel quite like there's, quite highs, and then sometimes I get burnout, and it's like I just need to be on my own. So it feels like we want to just get a bit more balance into that. So it's like putting in the energy and then receiving. So putting in the energy and receiving, instead of getting a bit more like this, a bit more balance, as opposed to lots of energy and then I have a crash kind of feeling. Yeah. So Raphael is working with you on that, and also doing a bit of cord cutting. So cutting ties to what's come before, old relationships, old patterns of behavior, all those sorts of things for you. Olivia, you're after a card as well. So Olivia, I'm just going to come to my life purpose cards for Olivia. Who else have we got on here? Hi, Trees. Self-care and my granddaughter needs more support. Oh, wow. That just flew out. Therese. Hello from Tamworth. Bernadette Heap. Hello. Bernadette, you're on my list. I love that you're from Tamworth. I had a friend working down there on the telly as a reporter until recently, and then she moved north. Hello from Tamworth. So Bernadette, you're on my list, and if you need anything in particular, let me know. But I've got you on my list. So that's fun. I love that. Anything about moving? Hi, Denise with the many names. Denise with the many names. I love how many names you have, Denise. There's quite a few people on my list, Denise, but I'll pop you down anyway, and hopefully we can get to you. Denise with many names. I'm just going to write Denise Nicole because I don't have time to write all the names. Any insights? Moving within 9 months or anything you may pick up? Moving house. Okay, Denise, you are on my list. Denise with many names. Okay, just closing my eyes now, guys, so I can't see what you're posting. If you do want to get my attention, maybe wait till I open my eyes again. And as always, if you would like to book a one-on-one, I do beautiful energy work, so pranic energy healing and Reiki. And combined with a reading. So I do a reading healing combo, which is really popular. And that's $90 for an hour and a half. My 1 hour readings are $60. If you would like one of those, I'd love to connect with you. I do stay online after the show and answer questions and things like that. And I can do manual bookings as well. Or you can go to my page via the link in this post and click book now. So Olivia Petropolis, I'm just coming to you. You're after a card. So I'm going to whiz through some of these because people were just after sort of one card reading. So just going to whiz through these. Olivia, let me just come into your energy as well and just see what's going on there. Olivia, I do feel a little lethargic or a little tired in your energy. It's quite different to the previous person that I was reading for. It could be, the end of the day and things like that. But I do feel a little kind of, like I could have more energy is what I want to say. So let's just see. There's a couple of cards that have flown out, but they've landed face down, and I prefer when they land face up. A little fussy like that. So let me just grab some lavender oil. I use lavender oil just to increase the sensitivity. So it increases the sensitivity in your hands, and that allows me to feel the cards a little more easily. All right, so Olivia, I'm just going to draw for you because nothing is flying out. So this is one card for Olivia. Let's see where we're going. Wow, that's interesting. Olivia, connection with animals. So this can be around just having a real affinity with animals, having a real empathy for animals when they're suffering, as opposed to maybe having more sympathy for animals than humans sometimes. And it can also be around having an ability to connect with and heal animals as well. So let me just look at that for you. I want to see what this is specifically. And then I'm coming to Janine, Jill, Salote for a card, Rebecca, Crystal, and then I'm getting into some mediumship. So they're the people on my list at the moment. So if you want some connections and guidance, I will come back to the little feed here in a moment and have a look at the comments and see who else I'm drawn to. So Olivia, just coming back to you for a moment, just connecting to the animal card to see what that is for you. Olivia, I don't know why I'm saying this because it's not directly relating to animals, which is what I thought we were doing. But what I want to say is your dream is coming to fruition. That's what I want to say. So I will connect this back to the animal energy. But at the moment, I just want to say your dream is coming to fruition. Yeah. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Just need to say that. What this also feels like is supported by animal energy. So I feel like even figuring out my totem animal or something like that would be really good. And we have been doing that in my mentorship group. And one of the ways to do that is to connect via dreams. So just to ask to see your animal, your totem animal in a dream. And I feel like that's something that I would like to connect with and also work with that energy and use that in my, work, whatever I'm doing on a daily basis. But I just need to say to you that your dream is coming to fruition. Need to say that very clearly. So working with the animal energy, connecting to your totem, if you can do that in a dream, there's other ways as well that you can connect. But I feel like that would be really good for you to do. Janine Dandelion is asking about love. So I'm just going to grab these cards. I use these a lot for relationships. And if you are logging on, I am having a look at the comments again now. Therese, if you want mediumship, let me know who you'd like to connect with. I've got 3 I've already written down, 3 people that I'm doing mediumship for, and that's a message for everyone. So we are a bit limited with time when I do these connections, and what I'd like to do is get as much info as possible so that we have time to do the connection, so I'm not sort of building the connection from scratch. So if you do want mediumship, please always be specific and tell me who you would like to connect with. And I think Bernadette's been commenting on my page, and I saw your message, Bernadette. So I have got that. Yeah, I love that. Love that. All right. So Janine, Dandelion, just coming into you for love. So just going to draw a card around love for Janine. Then I'm moving on to some more fabulous people. So yeah, if you are logging on, Michelle Price, the Lightworker, is my business page. And you can click the link in this post and it'll take you to my page, and you can hit book now if you'd like to book a private. Or if you've got any questions, private message me at that page and I'll be online answering your questions after the show tonight. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate everyone who comes on. 16 years. Tessie, you've drawn my attention. Tessie Nelson, break from my husband of 16 years. Not sure where to go next. Break, Tessie Nelson. Tessie, I've got you on my list, lovely, and I'll do my best to get to you. I do have a few people written down. Break from husband. Let's come in and give you some guidance, hey? Sounds like you need it. 16 years. Tessie, you're on my list, all right? And if I don't get to some people this week, please log on next week and ask the same question, and that's how Michelle managed to get a reading tonight, because she persevered. Janine Dandelion, love. Let me just come into your space and just see what we need to talk about there. Janine Dandelion, asking about love. Janine, I feel like I need to do a little bit of work around that solar plexus. And what I mean by that is sometimes we have those fear-based energies in there. It won't happen. I won't find that person, stuff like that. And it does feel like a bit of that going on in my solar plexus. Also coming up in the throat, I feel a little bit tight in my throat. So that's a little bit of, tension, things like that, not helpful and completely normal. We all do it. So just in that solar plexus, I feel like there's a few fear-based energies. A great trick, rub your hands together, make them nice and warm, pop them on your solar plexus, and just ask for any fear-based energies to be removed. You can also work with Michael and Raphael to do that as well if you would like to heal that part of your body. All right, so love, let me just come to love for you and see. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. So definitely getting a bit of support, okay, at the moment. So the Guardian Angel card has popped out for you. And that's definitely us being in a bit of need of support. So we're going to work through, those issues of sort of getting rid of those fear-based energies, a bit of self-love. The Guardian Angel is here to help you do that. Like I said to the lady before you about the totem animal, Janine, if you want to connect to your spirit guide and things like that, sometimes you can just do it in meditation and just ask, to be taken to your spirit guide, someone who can give you information and advice and things like that. So that's a way of connecting to your spirit guide. You could also ask for it to come to you in a dream and figure out who that is. But I feel like there are some really important messages and also a bit of support happening for you at the moment that you need, yeah? So a bit of a pick-me-up, but we're working through, some of that solar plexus stuff and starting to remove that because it's not helpful for you. Janine, I hope that helps. Jill, I'm just coming to you now, and these weren't specific. This was just general guidance as far as I know. So, Jill, I'm just coming to you now, and then Salote, Rebecca, Crystal, and then I'm going to do the 3 mediumship questions. And then I've got a few more people written down after that. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I love, love, love connecting with all of you. I'm deaf. Can you read mine, please? Oh, interesting. Farah, how interesting. Farah, I'm going to put you on my list, lovely, but I do have a lot of clients already written down or names written down. So if I don't get to you, Farah, that's a fascinating question. And I haven't actually connected with anyone, I don't believe, who is deaf. So that's really interesting. Farah Ann Roberts, 3 babies come back home. 3 babies come back home. Farah, if I don't get to you this week, please connect next week and ask the question again. And I will do my best to you because I'd really like to help. And guys, I will let you know too, it's good to stick around because sometimes I randomly just announce a free, half-hour reading with me, which is awesome. So sometimes I just feel like if I can't get to someone and they really need my help, I will come to them and I won't charge. Yeah, and I do that frequently. So it is a good idea to stick around sometimes and just sort of wait and see, if I do that. And sometimes I do that towards the end. Jill, just coming to you, just going to draw a general card for Jill. Don't you love when people keep messaging on Messenger when you're doing Facebook Live? All right, so Jill, just coming to you. So just let me connect to your energy for a moment. Jill, what I feel like is I'm being pulled in every direction. I feel like you're doing for a lot of other people, and I don't know that I'm receiving for myself. So, Jill, I just want to talk about boundaries with you. Giving and receiving is really important, but receiving especially for you, because I feel like you're doing a lot for others, and you're not necessarily getting all of that energy back. So I feel like just have a look at that. What does that feel like in your shoes? What can you do to start to receive? The easiest thing is like to go and get a facial, pamper yourself, stuff like that. But what this comes down to is saying no, because you never want to do things out of obligation. Because if you do things out of obligation, then you feel guilty, and you don't, you resent that thing that you did out of obligation. So emotions are coming up for you. That's past leading into now. These are the beautiful crystal grid oracle cards. So that's a black moonstone. So emotions, past leading into now. That's very much in alignment with what I'm feeling in your energy. And that is, doing for others, doing it for others, and then you resent that. So release is a little around cutting ties to those old behaviors. We're not going to do that anymore. It doesn't serve our purpose. So a lot of your cards are black. A lot of the stones are black. So they're the protective stones. They ward off, negative energies, absorb negative energies, things like that. So it's actually very protective, both of those stones. Moving forward, we have a bit of that. So peace and a bit of tree agate, solar-side and tree agate. So those stones are very high vibrational. They're also linking into your throat space. So this is speaking up. This is saying no and linking into that soul throat space. So two protective stones, and then we've got that beautiful blue, which is connecting to throat. So that's time to speak up for yourself. No, not going to do it. Sorry, saying no. No? Good. So Lotte, let me just draw a card for you. So Lotte was after a card as well. Hi, Elsie. Hello, my darling. Becca. Rashida. Oh, how do I block this person? I've just got someone on here, I think, who shouldn't be on here. So if you are on here, Rashida, and you are hearing me, then I'm not sure. Okay, cool. No, that's all good. Rashida, sorry, I just misunderstood. A couple of people were replying to you, and I thought it might have been something going on. So in the link is in the post, Rashida, if you'd like to book a one-on-one. And yes, you can do that very easily. So Lotte, this is your card, Lapis Lazuli. Now, so Lotte, I just got, where is it? I might have put it upstairs. It may not be down here. Anyway, so Lotte, Lapis Lazuli, past life. Yeah, so past life connection to what you're asking about. So definitely the past life. I know, it could be around relationships that you're asking about. So let me just check that for you. I did have a beautiful lapis lazuli here, and I don't know what I've done with it. It's upstairs or something. Anyway, so Lotte, just coming to you. So lapis lazuli. Now, lapis lazuli, for you who don't know, if you're not into crystals and things like that, actually represents the night sky, and that's why I was going to show you mine, because it's just beautiful. It's like a deep, deep, deep blue with a gold through it. So it represents the night sky, which is beautiful. So it can indicate like a galactic connection, so galaxy, going up, stars, like all that sort of stuff. But also, really good for third eye connection as well. So opening this up, visions and dreams. So what I want to say to you, Lotte, is pay attention to visions and dreams. Lord, that's hard to say. Pay attention to your visions and dreams. So I feel like if it's, the relationship or something like that you're trying to bring in, just connecting to the energy in there, keep doing that, your meditations. But, just generally when you go to sleep and wake up, just write down what you're dreaming about, because I feel like there's something really important in that that you need to pay attention to. So visions and dreams. Start writing them down and more will come. You'll remember more. And lapis lazuli is awesome for the third eye connection. So that's why I go to visions and dreams for that particular card for you. Rebecca Harrop after a card. So let me just draw from my angel therapy. If you are just logging on, hello. Welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me. We are doing angel card readings tonight. Also a bit of mediumship coming up very soon. So that's pretty exciting. And if you would like a connection, let me know and I can check in here with what you need. I'm just going to scroll down in the comments. I seem to have gotten lost a little bit. Sun Luke. Dot, I will try and get to you. I'm just about to do the mediumship. So, Dot, let me just pop you in here and I might be able to just squeeze that in here as well. So just ran out of blue pen. Dot Harland. Sun is in spirit. Sun in spirit. All right, so I've got a bit of mediumship to connect to. We should be able to get through all of those. And Rebecca, I'm just going to draw a card for you, and then I'm coming into the mediumship. So that was really good timing. Rebecca, that's what's popped out for you. Singing and dancing, that was pretty quick, smart too. Singing and dancing. So that's a little bit around having a bit of fun, letting your hair down. I feel like we can take life too seriously in your shoes. And we can get a bit of all work and no play. Yeah, so singing and dancing, putting on your favorite tune, the one that you know all the words to, letting your hair down, you know, dance like no one's watching. Hopefully no one is watching. Shut the windows, blinds, whatever you need to do. But that is a little bit about letting your hair down, a bit more balance in terms of that work and life. Yeah, important for you. Rebecca, so Crystal Cochrane, we've got a few mediumship ones now. So I'm just going to grab these beautiful butterfly cards. They are very well worn, let me tell you. I may have to buy a new deck at some point. These are Doreen Virtue, and I often use them for really quick mediumship connections. So if I'm after mediumship connections, especially when I'm doing, hi Michelle, when I'm doing mediumship like this in a quick forum, then I will whiz through them with the butterflies. So, and as I say every week, I've got goosebumps already, so that's pop already here, Crystal, on my right. As I say every week, I do send your loved ones back with great blessings and love. I don't leave them hanging, but I don't do it individually either. I do it at the end of the show. So I do send your loved ones back, so don't ever worry about that, with great respect. All right, so pop in spirit. I can already feel the goosies, Crystal, so we're ready to get into it. And I'm going to do Donna, her grandma's in spirit, Antoinette, dad in spirit, and Michelle Towler, mum in spirit. So just coming to Crystal first. So just coming to Pop. So Crystal, let me just come into Pop's energy. Let me invite him into the room. Quite cold, Crystal, and I just will let you know that. Lots of beautiful energy though. Quite cool, yeah. So some of the older energies, sometimes if they was quite sick before they passed, sometimes they will suck all the warmth out of the room. So I'm feeling quite cool with Pop in the room with me. So let me just see what messages, oh, something flipped over. Let me see what messages he has for you. Hobbies, okay, that's doing what you love. Maybe making it into a job as well, which is fun. All right, let me just connect to Pop's energy. Crystal, I just want to say, as I'm connecting to his energy, I don't feel fantastic through my solar plexus. And I don't know, feels like something respiratory or something. So I don't feel great in my solar plexus. I feel quite uncomfortable. And I did connect to someone who had lung cancer today, but I'm not going so much out into the lungs with Pop, but it does feel solar plexus. So that's gut, stomach, digestive system. And it does feel like I'm taking smaller breaths than what I would normally take. So hopefully that's relating to the Pop that you know. Good one, so good cards. All right, so got some cards here for you. So hobbies. Sometimes is around doing what you love and making some cash out of it. You know, maybe a side hustle, something on the side of what you're doing normally, and then turning it maybe into your full-time gig as well, which will be awesome. We're going through that bit of that at the moment. So spiritual growth, things a bit challenging at the moment, and usually a bit challenging, and then emotions moving forward. So that's a bit of feeling stuff. There could be some ups and downs, more challenges to come. So let me just connect to Pop and just see what the general message is around all of those, and I'm going to move on to Donna. The message from Pop, Crystal, and hopefully this is going to make sense to you, I feel like he didn't take as good a care of himself as he might have liked now that he's on the other side. So what I want to say is that, you know, the message really is around, you know, I wish if I had my time over, I had taken better care of myself. It feels like there was smoking or something like that involved. He's not overly proud of it. And I feel like with you, it's like the message is, please look after this, you know, your vessel. Because, you know, that's what carries you through life. So there's a feeling that he could have done more for himself, you know, physically looking after himself and stuff like that than what he did. So Crystal, hopefully that resonates with you. I'm just going to come into Donna. I'm just going to disconnect from Pop, and I'm going to come into Donna, and Donna was asking to connect to her grandma who is in spirit. So just coming across to Donna now. So I will work through the mediumship pretty quickly without really looking at the comments. So don't get too carried away in the comments because I'm not going to look for a moment. I just want to whiz through the mediumship. I'm just going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. Hi, Deborah Slattery in the UK. Deborah, I may not get to you this week. I'm just going to pop you down because I love the UK. Deborah, I may not get to you this week. If I don't, feel free to log on next week and ask the question. And I do try and start around 7:15. So the earlier you get on, the better for you to connect. Deborah Slattery. In the UK. So you're on my list, but I may or may not get to you. Donna Mann, Grandma in Spirit. Let me just come across to Donna Mann's Grandma in Spirit. If you want to book a one-on-one, if you like mediumship or card readings, I do spirit guide connections, angelic connections, all that sort of stuff. If any of that tickles your fancy, there's a link in the post. You can click on that and click book now. And I do stay online and answer all of your questions as well. So hello to everyone who's watching on my page as well. Hello, Melissa. Melissa Gallimore, Elsie, after a card, Nathan is watching, Renee is watching, Melissa Joan is after some info on family issues. Jane, hello, I just saw you today. Beautiful, beautiful, love that. Good feedback, Jill, nice feedback. I love the feedback. I love to know if I'm on track, which is awesome. All right, Donna Mann, just coming into Grandma in Spirit. Donna, that's the first card that flew out. Volunteering, yeah, so doing it for free, having no expectation. So this could be something that Grandma did. I'm not sure yet, but I will have a look at that. So just connecting to Donna Mann and your Grandma in Spirit. So let me just do that for a moment. Donna, I just want to point out, for some reason, Grandma's showing me this, is like the shawl she's wearing. So it feels like it's not crocheted, I wouldn't say. It's more knitted, but it feels like it's like significant. So something that she would have like made or something like that, but it's like a shawl. It feels quite warm, but it feels like it's like knitted, maybe with like, you know, the squares or something like that. So I think that's knitted. Maybe it's crocheted. I don't know that well. But she's showing me her shawl. So hopefully that relates to you. It would have been something probably that she made. So she feels quite crafty to me. Okay, what else do we want to talk about for Donna? So giving yourself a bit of a pat on the back, Donna, this is for you. So being, you know, a busy person, being pulled in all directions, having personal life, private, business life, you know, everything to manage. You're doing a great job. So Grandma's just talking about, you know, the effort that you're putting in. Please give yourself a pat on the back, because no one else will. And this is with family as well. So taking care of your family members. You do a lot for others. And I have said that to a couple of people tonight. So please, you know, give yourself a pat on the back, because it's really important, and we don't give ourselves enough compliments, is what she's saying. So build yourself up, essentially. So the card that just dropped out then was religion and spirituality. It's the bright blue butterfly, the Ulysses, which is based up in Far North Queensland. So getting in touch with our religion and spirituality, which are two kind of opposing things, I guess you might say. But I believe that they can work well together. So there's something about that, you know, that Grandma wanted you to see as well. So let me just see if there's any more. Oh, beautiful memories. So that's usually going back in time. We don't have time to do that in this hour, but it's something that, you know, often when we're on one-on-one doing mediumship, they like to take us through, you know, all the memories, things that we've gone over, you know, your childhood, all that sort of stuff. So let me just see the overall message, and then I'll move on to Antoinette. Donna, the feeling is here from Grandma as well, just to do more for yourself. And I've kind of alluded to this already, but it's like, you know, getting your nails done, getting your hair done. Those sorts of things are really important. I feel like this is something that she was good at, and that's being feminine and receiving. So I feel like the message for you moving forward is to do more of those things, you know, spoil yourself, and build yourself up. Yeah, it seems to be quite an important message from Grandma. Antoinette Zamet, Dad in Spirit, just going to connect to Antoinette. I'm just disconnecting from Donna's Grandma. So that's the chop, 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 throw it away. I do that a lot. If you need to cord cut, if you're a hairdresser, working with a lot of people, you know, teachers, that sort of thing, you need to do a lot of the cord cutting. Really important. Antoinette Zamet, Dad in Spirit, just going to connect to Dad in Spirit. Wow, that's strong energy. Antoinette, let me just do that for you. Quite cool again. Dad's energy is quite cool. It's not, you know, a positive or negative. It's just quite cool. So taking a bit of the warmth out of the room, yeah. Coming in my right, which is at my masculine side, so that's perfect. So let me just see what Dad wants to talk about for Antoinette. Antoinette, what Dad's referencing at the moment, hopefully this makes sense to you, is water under the bridge, water under the bridge. So what it feels like is there's a lot of, with his passing, I feel like there's been some forgiveness and letting go on his side, and I feel like the family should do the same or something. That's what I want to say. So it's like water under the bridge. That's, you know, sometimes the emotion, you know, the emotion is represented by the water, and sometimes it's good to head upstream and leave some of that behind. So it's water under the bridge. It's like we can let bygones be bygones, and it just feels a little bit about forgiveness and letting go, and this is from Dad, yeah, so letting go, and I feel like probably the message is for you as well, so it feels like he's, you know, done that work, and the encouragement is for you and the family to do the same. So forgiveness, letting go, not holding any grudges, that sort of thing. Life's too short. So let me see if there's anything else. I'm also going to let you know that I do feel a little dizzy, so a little bit lightheaded. So I'm swaying a little bit. It's not entirely vertigo, but it does feel like I'm a bit off balance. So this is usually a reflection of what he was feeling before he passed. Is a bit, you know, lightheaded or off balance or something like that up here. Okay, let's have a look. Just going to pull. Funny. A bit around dietary change too. So that's around, you know, eating things that are easier to digest. Give yourself, give your body a break and allow it to, you know, do the work that it needs to do. That's going to give you energy in other areas as well. So that's a really important message as well. So Michelle Towler, Mum in Spirit, just going to come to Michelle, and that's the final mediumship connection. Then I'm going to whiz through the rest of the connections tonight and do as many as I can in my remaining time. So thank you everyone for connecting tonight. Michelle R. Price, the Light Worker, is my page. If you would like to connect one-on-one, you can do that in the link to this video. There's a link in the video in the post, and you can certainly connect to me there. Just having a look through your messages. Sammy, hello. Wow, that's interesting. Sammy, I don't have time to do that in this forum, but I do paranormal sort of entity clearings and things like that. So if you are concerned, then please message me, and I can do that one-on-one. Claire Smith, connecting to Dad. I have just done a bit of mediumship, Claire, so if I feel drawn to you to do that, I will come back to you. Hello, Juliana. And as I said before, sometimes I do award free readings to people if I feel like they really need a connection from me and I didn't get to them in time. So always stay online, you know, as long as you can. It's good to watch till the end, and then I can, you know, sometimes announce those free readings. So Michelle Taylor, Mum in Spirit, let me just come to you. Wow, a few cards has landed face down. Just coming to Michelle Taylor, Mum in Spirit. Michelle, I'm just connecting to Mum at the moment. There's cards flying all over the place. She seems to like the cards. I'm just connecting to Mum at the moment. And I am just detecting, I don't know if this is left over from, you know, unfinished business on Earth or something like that. But I do feel a bit sad. I do still feel like I'm going through some stuff. Sometimes I will start shaking when I'm in shock and things like that. I'm not physically shaking, but I just do feel like I'm still processing some lower vibrational emotions. So if she's not coming through as this really vibrant energy, you know, all of that sort of stuff, she's feeling like she's doing the work and still sort of working through some stuff left over from her time on Earth. So hopefully that makes sense to you. The card that flew out is that one. So that's the grief work. And that's an indication of the family, you know, still sort of letting go. Just making sure that you get rid of and process any of those emotions. We don't want to hold any of those in our body. So it's really good to sort of process that and work through that, so we're not holding on to it. So grief work, that's good. Good confirmation, because Mum feels like she's going through much the same thing. She will get there. It does feel like she's getting assistance over here to kind of raise those vibrations, but she's working through her stuff, and it does feel slightly lower vibrational in her energy. I'll just see if there's any parting messages for Michelle from your mum. Interesting. Not that exact butterfly, but she's saying butterflies are a sign, a heavenly sign from Mum. So if you're noticing butterflies that they're flying into you, which I did have the other day before a reading, then that's a little sign. Yeah, so Mum's giving you butterflies as a sign. Yeah, awesome. All right, Michelle, just going to disconnect from your beautiful mum. And Dot, you just wanted to connect to your son in spirit. So let me have a look at that. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, Antoinette, yes, in answer to your question. Water under the bridge is, you know, what's in the past is in the past. You know, we have to always look forward. Yeah, so definitely very good interpretation of what that means. So Dot, just coming to you now, Sun in Spirit. Hello to everyone who's logging on. I do have my eyes shut for a lot of this, so please forgive me if I'm missing your messages. But certainly feel free to copy and message again, you know, when I do have my eyes open. I'm just doing some mediumship at the moment, so connecting to some people in spirit. And then I'll just come back to doing cards for the rest of the reading for our remaining time together. Elsie, I have seen you. Oh, that's hilarious, Donna. I love that. That's great feedback. Love that. Beautiful. Dot, this is for you. Okay, so this is Sun in Spirit and leaving. So that's a loss within the family. That's why I tend to use these cards for mediumship because often they are super appropriate. So that is a loss within the family in recognition of that. Sometimes the pink flower, the rose, may be significant to your family as well. So leaving is the first card. Let me just connect to your little son who you lost a couple of years ago. Dot, what I just want to say, first of all, I'm feeling this in my head a lot. It's a little bit different to the dizziness. What I'm feeling is some sort of impact, and it's like on my forehead. It feels like there's impact here, and that's quite painful to me. Let me just see what else I'm feeling. There's a lot of physical stuff going on as your son comes into the room. There's also a bit of swallowing going on with me. So usually swallowing is, you know, bile rising, you know, feeling a bit nauseous or something like that. But I am doing a little bit of swallowing. My head really hurts. My head really hurts. Okay. The feeling from your son too, and I don't know if this is you thinking this, but what I'm hearing is like guidance. And so he doesn't feel earthbound to me, but it still feels like he's working through the shock or something as well, similar to the last person I connected to in spirit. So it still feels like working through some stuff, some shock. You know, it does feel like sudden, and, you know, and then I'm here, and there's still an adjustment process happening here. So I do feel like I need some guidance. So they do, just for your knowledge, Dot, and to reassure you, they do actually get what they need. So if they do need counselling and things like that to help them get through it, the passing, then they get that over here. I'm very drawn to your son's energy. Oh, good one. I'm very drawn to your son's energy insofar as, you know, he does feel like he still had unfinished business. He's not entirely accepting. So there is still some work to happen there with him being a little bit more accepting of what's happened as well. Does feel for him a little bit unjust. So we need to work on that to make sure that we feel like it is just and that it was the right thing. Changing your mind. So the first card was leaving. That's recognition of someone leaving, passing, and also changing your mind. So let me just look at that for you and see what that is around for Dot. And then I'm going to come back to Amanda. Then I've got Tammy, Bernadette, Denise, Jessie, I think it was, Farah, and Deborah. So changing your mind. Let me just look at this, and this is for Dot. And then I'll also be checking your messages as you pop up messages as well. Dot, this feels like something around family. So whether family's like you need to, you know, you have to do this, and you really don't want to, I feel like stand your ground. It feels like something to do with family wanting you to do something. So whether it's relation to memorial or anything to do with your son, I feel like stick to your guns and do what you want to do. I realise he's passed over a couple of years ago, but it does feel like, I don't know, something around family wanting you to do something a particular way and you don't want to do it. I feel like stand your ground, and you don't have to go along with what they want you to go along with. So that's what that feels like to me. Definitely family connection. So Dot, that is your beautiful son. Now I'm coming to Amanda Stevens, and these are just going to whiz through now. So Amanda Stevens, just looking for a card. So Amanda, I'm just going to draw a card for you. Hi Casey. Hello. Haley. Hello. What a fabulous name. That's great. Hi Debbie. Hi Michelle. Urail, I think it is, Merchant. Yeah, great to see you all still on here watching. Oh, Trish, that's tough. Wow, that is tough, lovely. That's not easy to go through, that is for sure. So, yeah, if you're watching and you would like a one-on-one, or you want to ask me some questions, or you want to private message me, the link to my page is in the video. So the link to this video. And you can click on that and click book now, and or I'll hang around after the show and answer questions if you've got any questions and that sort of thing. I do reading healing combos, also readings, card readings, mediumship as I was just doing, and also mentorship and things like that. If you're looking to develop your gifts, if you think you have some abilities and things you'd like to develop them, or even if you don't really know what you have, I have people who start from scratch, you know, with no real knowledge of what they have. And then it's pretty amazing, you know, what they end up developing later on in terms of their abilities. So if you're interested in mentorship and all of that, there's that on my page. So the card that just popped out for you, funnily enough, is Fluorite, Amanda. And it's interesting, I was just talking about mentorship because that's learning. So that's furthering your education. But what's really interesting about it is the fluorite. So there's a fluorite there, and fluorite is actually amazing for third eye connection. So that's funny. I was just talking about the mediumship, mentorship. So fluorite is for third eye connection, and that's primarily what it is. So learning for their education, but that feels like a bit of a spiritual awakening. So getting a bit more knowledge around spirit, you know, how it makes you feel, you know, really doing some research into that. It may be doing readings yourself. So definitely some learning happening around that. It could even be energy work, but I feel like connecting to fluorite is third eye for me. And that's all the clairs. So the clairs, which is clairsentience, clairaudience, you know, all the different clairs. That comes from third eye connection. So hopefully that made sense for you. Tammy, just coming to you, feeling a bit lost. Tammy, I'm going to go to my manifestation cards for you because these are very magical. These are Linda Willow Roberts. She is an awesome psychic medium. She's also a spiritual adventurer, so she travels the world, going to really amazing sites like Stonehenge and things like that. I had a chance to interview her and she sent me her beautiful cards. So I feel like I want to do a reading for Tammy at the moment, and this is around feeling a bit lost. Then we're coming to Bernadette and everyone else on the list. So I'm just going to draw a card for Tammy just to give you some guidance. I do feel like you need this. You're feeling a little bit lost. So let me just draw a card. This is for Tammy Wilson. And then coming to Bernadette. Tammy, that's great. That's great. So Tammy, Feng Shui. So that's quite interesting. What that feels like is with your property, what we can do is when you're looking for, you know, clarity, that sort of thing, it's important to have really simple things in your room in that we don't want mirrors facing the bed. We want to make sure that, you know, we don't have too much clutter, that, you know, we put a money tree in a particular corner of the room. You know, there's all a lot of really interesting things around Feng Shui. I feel like I want to get my space set up a bit more like that so that it is sort of respecting Feng Shui, because it is powerful. They are really powerful kind of guidelines, and I know a lot of people notice a big difference when you're trying to bring in finances and things like that. You know, doing the things that they tell you to do in the room, it really creates a lot of success. So even if you're working from home, doing it in your office, Feng Shui in your office, amazing. So I feel like this is going to give you some guidance and some drive, you know, to really look it up. What do I need to do in my room, and really to get the most out of my business if it is you working from home, but also just generally, you know, around not feeling lost and feeling a bit more connected. So I feel like that will give you a bit of drive to look at things a bit differently. So Feng Shui, have a look. It's very, very powerful. Bernadette in Tamworth, you were looking at doing chakra crystals. So let me grab my crystal card because that will be appropriate, I think, for that. So you're looking at selling chakra crystals. So Bernadette, let me just have a look at that for you. I just want to check that and see how that feels, like trying on a shiny new pair of shoes. Hello to everyone who's logging on still. If you're just connecting, Michelle Price, the Lightworker. If you would like to have a look at my page, you're more than welcome. I do cross-post onto my page. And there's also a link in the post associated with this video as well, where you can book a private reading, healing, that sort of thing. And you can also have a chat, and I will stay online and answer your questions. Bernadette from Tamworth, you're looking at chakra selling the crystals. So hematite, extremely grounding, really great stone. Mirroring back as well, other people's energy, so very protective. So let me just ask the question around the chakra crystals. So just as I say that, what I see is the colors. So a friend of mine just got the little bracelet, and it's got all the chakra crystal colors on it, all the different colors, and it's really protective and it's amazing energy. So I actually feel like that is in alignment because I'm seeing the different colors all lighting up. And I've got a few friends who kind of make them and or sell those bracelets and things like that. And that feels like it's in alignment. And what it is it feels quite grounding for you. and a great source of income, because, you know, it's something that you enjoy. You know, if you're passionate about something, whether it's oils or crystals or whatever it is, I feel like let's do it. My ears are ringing at the moment too, so I feel like we've got some people in spirit hanging around. Denise asking about moving house. Let me just ask for Denise. Just going to do a 1-card reading. For Denise, moving house. All right, so we're just going to come into Denise. Okay. Debbie, hello. Casey on my page. Haley, Cynthia. Elsie's still there. Don't forget, I may give away a free reading tonight, so don't go anywhere. Stay till the end, and you may score a free reading, which will be awesome. Denise, moving house. Let me just draw a card for Denise, and we'll sort of whiz through some of these at the end, as we tend to do. Moving house. Okay, that's interesting. So Denise, the first card that's come out is Aphrodite, and that's in a goddess. That's connecting to your, you know, inner feminine self, and that's past leading into now. So that's a bit more around balance, you know, balancing the feminine out with the masculine. It could be one way or the other. Easy does it is in the moment, so that's in the present. So that's a bit of patience. Easy does it. So just hang on in terms of the move. Just hang on. Leap of faith. Moving ahead. There will be an opportunity that's looking ahead. Sometimes that can be 6 to 12 months in a general sense. So leap of faith, we're definitely doing the move, and it will be a bit of a leap of faith. It may be something out of your comfort zone, you know, further away than you thought you were going to move, something like that, but it will be a blessing, yeah? So leap of faith is what I want to say. So, Tessie Nelson, break from husband, 16 years. God, my left ear is going completely deaf. Tessie Nelson, let me just come to you for a moment. Stacey Emery. Hello. Replying to Debbie. Hello. Yeah, so if you want to connect, I will stay online and answer your questions as well. So feel free to jump on my page. The link is in this post. And yeah, if you want to do reading, healing, anything like that, would be awesome. Tessie, break from husband after 16 years. Let me just see what's going on. Tessie, I'm feeling a bit prickly in my skin. It doesn't feel like this is easy for you. Heart feels very congested, very heavy is what I want to say. So I am feeling a little prickly in your energy as well. It doesn't feel like it's been a fun time. And I've got it feels like I've got a hat on my head. So energy is quite heavy. I feel like if you could smudge your energy, that would be really good. The house, you, anything like that, because I just feel like I'm wearing a hat. And it doesn't feel like I'm able to get any kind of clear guidance, inner knowing, you know, dropping in. It will be pretty tricky in your energy at the moment. Oh, wow, that's good confirmation. White light, yeah, so that's what I'm talking about with that little hat at the moment. What we want to do is, if you can smudge, or if you've got clearing sprays and things like that, if you could just smudge that crown space for me. What it feels like is the energy wants to come through, but it's just impossible because it just feels like there's too much pain, emotion, you know, heaviness in your energy. So what I want to do is just really smudge that crown space of yours and then allow the white light to come back through. So you may even have time to do a brief, you know, connection, guided meditation, something like that, just to get the energy flowing back through your body. And I feel like that's going to really help you moving forward with what you've been through, which is not easy. Okay, so that looks like it's probably time for me, and I'll get kicked off any minute. So don't forget, I may message you, I may private message you if I decide that you deserve a 30-minute reading with me for free. So next week I'll be back at 7:15. If I didn't get to you this week, please, you know, connect back in. And I will do my best to get to you every week, as I always do. Okay, so yes, I will private message you if I feel to deliver a free 30-minute reading. And please check your private messages. So you actually need to check for requests. And so that's a really good thing to do, because you may miss a message from me if I'm awarding you a free reading, and you wouldn't want to do that. So I'll chat to you next week at 7:15. And if you want to have a chat to me now, I will stay around online. So I'll talk to you next week. Bye.